is our
I'm gonna.
despot, Tamala.
Hello. Thank you so much for taking your time to show us this.
Oh, don't even. Like, it's one of those things where people have shown me, so it's actually, did she say what data she specifically wants?
We're kind of starting from the
No.
ground up because it turns out we have nothing here. So
They don't keep, how do they keep the teams, so you don't know how the teams keep track of data?
we haven't found any yet on the shared or anything. Like,
Oh, wow.
I think we're starting a new trend.
Okay, it's not hard at all. It's basically an import from using, I usually did, when we started ours at Rose Hill, we did it with a base of starting with in EDSL, the RI report. And you can run that and you can pick what information you want. If you're, are you familiar with that? The
I can play around with it. What was the name of that report, did you say?
The responsive instruction. I can pull it up
Okay.
and I can show you.
So you're
I'm
saying
gonna
that
make you guys
report is
moderators.
kind of the backbone of the data?
Yes, it is, because that's where you can get a lot of the data that's already up there. Then everything else can just be imported in, or teachers can enter it in. The thing with, you usually keep it on the shares because in Google they have where you can't keep student names. I believe that's still the case. Although more people are switching over to it, which technically they shouldn't be, but that's up to your principal. And if you do that, you can't have student ID, just student names. The problem with that is you need the student ID if you want to import any other data, because you do a simple VLOOKUP, and I can walk you through how to do that to import data, and you can import from Horizons doing that. I know it's a lot. It's easy.
Wow.
It's really easy. Let me pull up EDSL. Sorry, I have like so many screens open and tabs. I keep hoping one will take me to 2022 after this is over.
Are you teaching it all today?
You can share your screen if you're comfortable. I made you a moderator.
Okay, I'll share it in just a second. I'm just trying to.
Sure.
Are you better at this than you were in the spring?
What?
Are you better at this than you were in the spring, being a moderator?
I am, because I had to teach. I was in kindergarten and first. In kindergarten, I covered first for a while and fifth grade.
Oh, man.
It was like playing whack-a-mole, but on crack. Sorry.
It's the only way to play.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And it should just pop up now. I feel like it's slow black. Okay. So once you go into EDSL, there's a couple places that you can get data. What you're going to do is, if you don't see it, it's called Responsive Instruction, MTSS Insight. If you don't see it, like I have it bookmarked, you can just type responsive up here. Okay. And it'll show up. And if you put a star next to it, it'll always show up in here, the ones that your favorites.
Okay.
So then once you're in there, this report can get you past SOL scores for kids, things like that. So it'll come up something like this. It's kind of a hodgepodge, and that's okay for now. Depending on what data she wants, you can filter these at the top. So what I've always done is I always keep the student ID, the grade they're in, because that's a way
you can pause for 1 second? I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay.
So I can respond to, okay, here it is. I have it here. I just want to make sure I have Silverbrook and not my old school.
No.
Yeah. Oh, so I have a drop down here. Okay, Silverbrook. Okay. Let me make sure that changed. Okay, so now I'm at Silverbrook. Okay, so now you said go over to, where are you under columns?
Column.
Okay, I need to
Yep.
open that up.
And what you're going to do is whatever is highlighted is what's going to show. So you want to make sure
Okay.
student ID is highlighted, grade,
Uh-huh.
student name.
Uh-huh.
I always have them ELP level because that'll tell you what their ESOL level is. And that's a piece of data that teachers need when they're looking at reading and language skills.
Do you do prior ELP level or just ELP level?
I just do ELP level. It'll tell you their current level.
Okay.
And then I don't do the WIDA growth. It does help some teachers, but most teachers don't look at it. So I would, if you click on it, it'll take it off. And do you see it unhighlighted it?
Yeah, so unhighlight WIDA growth. Okay.
I would highlight where it says special ed.
Okay.
Because then you can see who's getting support.
Right.
And then the rest of the stuff is kind of, you have to go way down.
Okay.
They have percent absent. If she's tracking that, I don't think you really need to track that at Silverbrook because I think it's just, it's in a more neighborhood and there's only a few kids and it doesn't really.
Right.
And then it has like behavior referrals. I wouldn't do that. That's more obvious. And then behavior, unclick that.
Okay.
Now here's where I think is information you might need, where it says reading screener date. I don't highlight that because that'll give you the most current date for the reading screener. And then you're gonna do the reading screener percentile because that's what they look at on determining who has to take the different reading assessments based off of that.
Okay.
Then do you happen to know if they do any like DRA assessments?
I'm pretty sure they do because I remember seeing correspondence from the reading teacher about making sure that they've done their DRA. So
okay,
I'm gonna say
so I would put in their DRA date, and
Does
then
not every school do DRA?
No, well, so most schools do it for kindergarten, first and second, and third. Certain kids in third grade, but it's not required for the other kids.
Okay.
So then click DRA because that'll tell you what the level is.
So then click DR. Okay, wait a minute. I think I lost you. So the last thing was reading DRA to WA date. And then what was the next one you said?
Don't do the word, well, don't do the word analysis because they're not doing word analysis right now. Unclick DRA to WA date and go down to reading DRA to date.
Reading DRA to date. Got it. Okay.
And then click DRA, reading DRA 2.
Okay.
And that'll tell you what level they're at and the last date they had.
Okay.
And then you can find out their reading SOL scores, those kids that did take it. So I would put reading SOL year.
Okay.
So that'll tell you what year it was. So I'm looking, yeah. And then I would put ESOL, hold on, SOL, reading SOL.
Okay, reading SOL year and then reading SOL. Okay, it's done already. Okay.
Yeah, it's one that's usually marked. So that'll tell you when they did take the SOLs years ago, what their score was.
Okay.
Um, they do the assessment windows. So when you do get the assessment windows, you could just hear the reading assessment date, and then it'll tell you and then reading assessment 1, it'll tell you their scores, but we haven't done those this year. So I won't put that in until you've done it.
Okay.
I don't put the reading tier in because most people don't look at that.
Okay.
Then I would do the math screener date.
Is that math SCR date? Okay.
Yep. And then math screener percentile.
Okay.
And it's already in there. If you have the KMRA, but they're not doing it this year, that's helpful for kindergarten kids. But because they're not doing it right now.
Okay.
And then
okay.
I think that's pretty much, you have the SOL in there already. I would just
MRA.
SOL date. Where it's
SOL.
Math SOL year.
Math SOL year.
Yep.
Okay.
And that'll tell you what year it was taken in.
Okay.
The math assessment dates, those are for those quarterly assessments, which we haven't done yet.
Right.
I think that's all we need right now. So then what you would do is, if you slide all the way down, see it says Excel download.
Yep. Okay.
And if you click
on that,
it'll pull it all down into an Excel document.
Okay. It's doing it. Okay. The CSV.
Yeah, and we're going to have to switch it to an Excel because it won't save as a CSV.
Okay.
So when you first go in, do File, Save As, and you know where to save it. I'm just going to do my desktop if it'll open. And make sure you click the Excel, the first one.
Okay.
That's the one thing. I don't know why it comes down as the CSV, but there's so many times I did all this work and I just never
changed it over. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it saved. Micah!
And then it should open.
Let me close my door. My son is talking too loud. Hold on.
How are the boys doing, Mary?
Do you want one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you always want to make sure that you have the student ID first. That's important because it helps when you import. It needs to be there.
Okay.
The only thing you're missing is the teacher, and that I find is helpful. Now, to open these columns so you can see everybody, if you just kind of hover, if you see I'm at C and I just double click, it just automatically opens so I can see.
Okay.
And you can make it pretty with different colors and stuff. That's what I would do. And you can edit this.
So that's just the shortcut way to do the auto width or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like this drives me crazy because it's not all to one side. I don't know why it does that.
Okay, I'm opening them all up. Okay.
Now, if you want the teachers, there's a way to do it through SIS where you can, I can show you how to do that. Do you know how to do a VLOOKUP?
I'm sure I've done it before, but I would probably need help.
Okay, so what we'll do first is we're gonna, next to student name, we're gonna right click and click
Mm-hmm.
insert, and it'll put teacher name. It'll just make a blank list here, a blank
To
column.
the, what was that, to the left? Shift cells into,
Yeah,
what did
if
I?
you just, here, I'll do it again.
Okay.
You just like, I clicked on, it's C on mine where it says student name.
And you clicked insert. Uh-huh.
I just right clicked after it was all
Got it.
highlighted, insert.
Got it. Okay.
And then I put teacher name at the top.
Okay. Okay.
So we're going to minimize this, and then what you're going to do is open. I have so many tabs open. I'm sorry. You're going to see a lot of ugliness.
That's okay. I do too.
Oh, I feel like it's like a rabbit hole. So what you're
Oh,
going to do, you're going to open up your SIS, and I'm going to
okay.
open so I can show you how to do this.
Okay.
And it should show up on the screen in just a second. Okay. All right. So once you log in,
Mm-hmm.
you can pull any report pretty much from SIS. And there's a shortcut to get information to, like on who's in whose class and things like that. And if you want to see to who's in virtual and who's not,
Uh-huh.
mine's taking forever to load.
Mine too. It's just I'm blank. Like.
My,
Okay, here we
yeah.
go. Okay. Okay, I'm in now.
So you're going to click on the tree,
Click on the tree. Uh-huh.
go to Synergy SIS,
Okay.
and then go to student,
Okay.
and then click on student.
And then click on student. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you should have all this. What's going to happen is we're just going to put in this information on the top so you don't have to worry. You're going to hit, hold on, let me remember. Shift. Okay, you're going to hit shift and then the little asterisk star above the 8 for last name. Tab over to first name.
Okay.
Then you need student ID.
Okay.
And then you just need teacher and hit star.
Okay.
You're going to hit find at the top, and it's going to run a report, and it's going to pull all the kids by their teacher and name right there.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So it always gives their testing ID and all that. I don't know why, but you're, where it says print output, you're going to put Excel document.
Okay.
And then hit print.
Okay.
And it should take a minute. And then it'll come up to this. You're just going to hit open.
Okay.
And we're actually going to get rid of some of the stuff that's on here. So do you see, first of all, the state test? If you highlight that, right click, just delete it.
Okay.
And I even do, to make it easier, I usually just keep the last name and then I'll delete the first and middle name.
Okay. First and middle name you delete. Okay.
So then we have to move the student ID to the first column. So you're going to right click and you're going to hit cut.
Uh-huh.
Then you're going to click here and put insert cut cells,
So, okay.
and they should
Okay.
be in the front now.
Yep.
The next thing is it won't import with this little green thing here, which is really annoying. So you have to click on it and highlight all of them, which is super annoying. Take that long.
But I'm not highlighting that first, the title field, right? But everything underneath.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
And then you're going to click on the little warning sign.
Hold on one second. I'm still, hold on one second. Okay. Okay, I got it highlighted and I click on what now?
The little highlighted warning sign that's up there.
Got it.
And just hit convert to number.
Convert to number. Okay. Perfect.
So now we're going to import the teacher name into column. And this should be pretty easy.
Okay.
So we need to go to the other document.
Okay.
And you're going to type in a lowercase v.
Where am I typing that? Oh, under teacher name. Okay.
Yep.
Lowercase v
equals v equals. We're going to do an apostrophe or a parentheses.
You mean a parenthesis? Okay, parenthesis.
Yeah. Then you're going to highlight where it's column A, row 2. Oh wait, it's not working. Hold on. I just have to walk through it quick to see if I remember.
Okay.
Oh. Hold on. I'm trying to blank all of a sudden. I've done this like 100 times last week.
When you type the equal sign first and then V, didn't it say V lookup on that drop-down menu?
Did it?
Maybe.
I don't know why I'm freezing today, Richard.
Yeah, I think you need the equals first all the time in Excel. Yeah, do the equal V.
Equal V.
Yeah, see, it's hard to see.
Yeah.
Does it say? Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
see
do. Yep. Click that. It's not.
It lets me click it, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, hold on. You have to type out. Okay, I remember. You're going to do equal, and you actually have to put V lookup. Then parentheses.
Oh wait, V look. Oops. V look up, and then you said parenthesis. Okay, parenthesis.
Yep. Then you're going to highlight column A, row 2. Oops.
Okay.
I don't know if mine's working though. Did I do something? Okay, then you're going to put a comma.
A comma.
Now we're going to switch to the other PowerPoint. Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to highlight from A2 with all the way over to the teacher's name, all the way down.
Okay. It's going.
I know. This is when it pays to be at a smaller school.
That's 700. Come on. got it.
So then after that, you can go right up to the top because it's still the same formula. It carries over.
Uh-huh.
After that last number that's printed there, you're going to put a comma, parenthesis.
Uh-huh.
And because we just want column 3, the teacher
Uh-huh.
name, the third one, you're going to put a 3,
Mm-hmm.
comma.
Did you say 3 in parentheses, then comma?
You're going to put the parenthesis 3, parenthesis, then
Uh-huh.
comma, and then you're going to do, you want the exact match.
So you're saying false exact match. Okay.
And then close parenthesis.
Okay, wait a minute. False.
I know,
3.
it's a lot.
Is there a parenthesis beginning with false or no?
No, there's not. There's a closed, that the 3
Okay.
is in the 2 parentheses, then a comma, then false.
Okay.
And then you close it.
Okay.
You hit return, it should take you to the other one, and it takes you, it'll say the teacher's name in the first one.
Uh-huh.
Did it show up?
Yep, the teacher's name is there for the first one.
Right, so what you're going to do is you see the dark little square in the bottom right-hand corner of that first one?
Uh-huh.
Drag it all the way down. All the other teachers should fill in.
Let's see. No. What did I do? Let me try it again. Oh, yeah. I don't know what I did. They're doing it. Okay. How on God's green earth did you learn all this?
My first year of coaching, somebody told me, no, you can filter these results. It'll help you when you're looking at grade level. And I think Richard helped us with this part, so I'm throwing him to help you with this.
Okay.
You could basically, if you click this number 1, it's going to highlight everything.
Mm-hmm.
All the way over here, you'll see an A, Z, and it's like a cone. It says sort and filter.
Mm-hmm.
Click on that and make sure filter. So then if you want to see whoever's in, it'll do it like by grade level.
Got it.
And then you can filter it by teacher as well.
Okay. Perfect.
So the first ones won't say much because it's kindergarten. You don't have a lot of data on them.
Right.
And then we broke it apart by grade level and then by teacher so they can customize it for what they need it for their grade.
Okay. So when you did that, when you customized it, you just copied and pasted it into a new document and shared that with them, the team?
Yeah, because the thing is, shares, you can only have, we did it by level because you can only have one person in shares and an Excel document at one time.
Right.
We leave the filters on, but we would tell them not to touch the filters. I know last year we did something and they locked it, but I think that caused a lot more trouble than it was worth.
Okay.
And we can always go back to a previous saved edition. So I learned at the end of like every Friday afternoon, I would save, it was like on my calendar to back up the data wall. And I hid it somewhere. Something went wrong. We had the last saved one.
Okay. 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 So this is that. I'm sorry.
Does that help? Is that what you needed?
It helped a lot. Yeah. So is this, so you guys don't use, because I remember I was at Cameron years ago and we were like Project Momentum or whatever, and they used to use, the coaches used to talk about, I thought it was like a data wall or something that was housed within those student folders on the intranet. You know
Right.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was the, I was just talking to somebody about it. We'd had the sandbox and everything like that. You can look at data and how they did.
Yeah.
So the guy who created it, from what I heard, he left the county and took how to do it with him. You can still do it. There's a lot of steps involved. And when we tried doing it, and you might remember this, Richard, our first year there, the other coach and I, Sandra, we were trying to do that and it just kept not working because there
Okay.
was
You're not talking
glitches.
about Sean Heidelman, are you? Are you talking about Sean Heidelman?
Nah, he's still
No,
around.
but Sean,
Oh,
no,
okay.
Sean helped
Okay.
us a lot. Yeah, he's the one who
Okay.
helped us with this. But this was
Okay.
like a starting point for us. And whatever
Okay.
data, like we did one for reading and one for math as well.
Okay.
And do you have access to our shares, Richard? Or did they give you the boot?
I'll have to double check. I think I've been given the boot.
Well, this is what you just did, like helping us capture this is phenomenal. So at least we have something. And you know, like filtering and things like that, I'm okay with, like, I know how to do that. But what you just showed about grabbing and merging and VLOOKUP and all that, yeah, that I couldn't have done that without you. I'd probably be okay until it's time when we do those assessments, and I'll need to figure out how to import that data into this document.
Well, that's the thing. So
I
Mary,
can walk you through that.
but you had teachers put in manually like e-cart tests and stuff, right? Or no?
Sandra did. I would import it for the teachers because she started to after she got comfortable with the VLOOKUP. Sometimes teachers would, like, if it was when we did assessments that were county ones, like those assessments, we would do the import for them. But if they gave their own unit tests, we'd say you have to have it in the data wall by this date. But you can also, EDSL has reports now where you can see who's answering and what, and the percentage questions they got wrong.
Okay. Okay.
But you are more
Okay.
than welcome. Anytime you need anything, just send me an email and we'll arrange a time and I'd be happy to help you.
You are so sweet. I appreciate that so much, because I was telling Richard, like, I've always had a coach. So, you know, in turn, like, I could help, like, oh, somebody saved two files on the server, and, you know, some Excel I do know, but in terms of like doing all that data, like what you just did, and I'm not even interested in, like, it's not even my thing. I don't like it. So I was like, oh my God, like, don't want to do this, but at least we have something. I feel better that we have something, because even our AP's like, oh yeah, like we don't really have anything.
Yeah, and she's coming, just knowing the history of your principal, she's coming, she was at a severe Project Momentum school at one point. So that's
Right.
probably going towards the data wall to see where students are.
Okay. Okay.
It helps them like get a snapshot overview as well.
Right, right. Okay. Well, again, I can't thank you enough, and I'm sure I'm going to bug you at some point other, but I feel much better that at least we have this. And the data wall, so the data wall is something that we would have to recreate every year, right? Or is this, how do you report your kindergartners in the next year, or your new kids?
So what we would do is we would run just the names again, and whatever data we had, we would just move along. We did it the first year, it was like by hand, we took out who wasn't there and then added the new kids, but it just got to be too much. So it was just looking at this, and usually you don't get that many kids that move or switch. And I'm thinking, in your area, I don't think you have that many. You're not as transient as like you are at Cameron. They're a very transient school.
Right. Okay. Okay, well, again, Mary, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. And Richard, thank you for reaching out to your resources.
Yeah, thanks, Mary.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're lucky I like you, Richard.
Sorry, not to-
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right?
Yeah. It's weird without you there. There's no one to pick on now.
You can find someone else to bully. Shouldn't be that hard. Nah.
I picked on Joyce for a while.
She seems like she might cry.
No, I love her. She's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Things-
it was
things going
so much
good?
fun working with her. Yeah. Like I didn't want to teach fifth, and when that whole thing played out, I was so mad.
Mm,
But at the same time, it was what I needed.
yeah. All right.
So
Cool, cool.
well, I'm glad you
Richard,
have something to show your principal.
yeah, I can thank you so much. You're a lifesaver. Richard, should I just plop this on the server?
Yeah, I guess just making some kind of new folder then, right?
Okay.
Hey, Mary, when you on your drive, did you so if there was a folder for data wall, I mean, there wasn't multiple documents in there, right? It was kind of just that.
We called it data, and it's different this year.
Okay.
They had this idea though this year. Tara had an idea of like maybe there's a way we can track people with reading and math, and I'm like, oh, like a data wall that's up there. So, but I'm looking at it now, what we had in it. We kept the data walls, and we had a folder. It was called data, and then we labeled it by the year. So we put
Okay.
2021, and then just put
Okay.
everything there. And then
Okay.
we'd have a folder for the following year, but then it was by grade level within each folder.
Got it. Okay. Okay. All right. So Richard, I see where we have, when you plop into our Silverbrook share, we have a folder for evaluations, SIS reports, transcripts, and workspace. Should I put it in, make a folder in workspace, or just make a folder right at this entry level for data?
Yeah, I would just make a data one at the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking too. Okay. Okie doke. All right, y'all. Oh, I need permission to do that, Richard.
You do?
Yeah, I don't have permission to do that. I think I can do it in Workspace. If I go into Workspace, I think I can do it. Let me see.
Is workspace like the shares?
Yeah, I can do it in Workspace, which is good because that's where we're going to want them to go. So I'm just going to name this data. And I'm going to put another folder in here with the year, right? And I'm just
Yeah.
going to say 2021. Data wall. Okay. All right, so we're good.
Good. Like I said, if you need anything else,
Trust me, I've got your name written down. I'm not going to lose this.
and if I don't respond, Richard has my cell phone, so you can just send me a text as well.
She actually lives
Okay,
around here too.
My internet. I feel
Okay,
like this is a-
perfect.
So at any time, I don't mind. I actually like doing this stuff, so.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Happy holidays.
All right. Have a nice
Mary.
holiday.
Yeah,
You
take
do
care,
the
Mary.
same.
Bye,
Take
Richard. It
care.
was nice seeing you. There was a glare, though.
Yeah, you know.
There was a glare, Richard.
You're not supposed to look directly at me.
Gotcha,
You know
Richard.
that?
She gotcha.
Your boy's defending you upstairs, Richard. He's like, get used to it.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. I'll see you. Have a great afternoon and happy holidays.
See
Happy
ya.
holidays, you too. Thank you so much. Bye.
All right, Tammy, I'm gonna run out front and switch a computer with a parent. They just
Okay,
called
I'm
a
gonna
second ago.
finish adding this. Gosh, she's a lifesaver. Like, She's
Yeah,
a
she's my
lifesaver.
Excel guru. I would always go to her for stuff. Like she's really good.
Yeah, and she's patient. Like she's so patient,
Yeah.
which I like. Okay, so I'm adding this here. So it's on the server. So at least we have something to look up. Now, how do you think? Do you think I should tell Travis ahead of time or just wait till tomorrow?
Um, I guess it wouldn't help to give him a heads up that you have a beginning of a data wall. Just, you put it together and you'll be, using it at the meeting tomorrow just so. Because, I mean, I would hate for her to, like, bring it up and him just all of a sudden be like, oh, we don't have one,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Okay.
just so he knows that
Okay.
it's started and,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't have to see it.
All
I would
right.
just say, hey, Travis, I started making this. We'll build on it tomorrow and,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. Um, Sounds like a plan. Let me know if you need anything in the interim. I reached out to that teacher about that Scholastic thing or whatever, and to find out, like, can you give me a little bit more information? Like, what's the login address, like the website address? What's the credentials to log in? I haven't heard back, but of course she's obviously in class, so hopefully she'll get back sometime
Yeah.
today.
Okay.
Okay. All right,
Sounds
Richard.
good.
Thank you.
All right. I'll see you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello?
Hey, I'm here. Oh,
Hi, how are you?
How are ya?
I'm good, no complaints.
I know, I know. It's been busy here on this end. Oh gosh, the end of the,
Oh
you
my
know how
gosh,
it is.
I know. We just have one more day. One more
We can do it.
day.
We can do it.
That's right. That's
Yep.
right. So you can't see your kids' test scores?
Yep. So do you want me to just share?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you a moderator so you can share.
Okay, so this is Google. So tell me, oh, here, I know. Okay, so share screen is here. Is that right? Nope, nope, nope. Just because, share content. I got it. Share
Yep.
content. Is it share application screen or share blank whiteboard or share camera? What do I do? Share application
Share
screen.
your application screen. Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Okay, got it. Okay, so let me show you. It's the weirdest thing. I've never had this before, but I did pull a test from somebody else. So maybe it's, but it shouldn't. I've pulled tests from other people all the time, and I
Right.
either scores.
The kids took the test, right?
Yep,
They took the
all
test.
and they all saw their grades.
Okay, I don't see anything yet.
Well, no, because I'm sharing. I'm trying to share, and it's like circling for some reason.
Oh, that's okay. Just go. Did you choose at the top where it says where hold on a
Yeah.
second. Let me get
I did. It says your entire screen. I share, and I clicked it. It's just circling and circling.
Did you
It is not responding. Google Chrome not responding. Cancel maybe? Why
Yeah,
am I-
cancel and try again.
That's what I think so too, but it's still circling. Isn't that crazy?
Try what happens when you click on Chrome tab at the top instead of your entire screen. What happens when you click on Chrome tab?
Hold on one second. Nothing. I mean, it's not, it's totally, oh, this is so weird. Because I've been in here with you before.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing is working. It's just circling. Look at that. Well, I'm wondering if you could, do you know, can you come in? I think you have my Google Classroom. Is that okay? Can you come in there?
Yeah, I think I can. Let me make sure that
Let me invite you. Make sure you're invited in. Because it's totally, I think Google's having some problems lately. Do you? Has it been wonky?
yeah, they were completely out the other day, so
Yeah, I think it's weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can invite you into my Google Classroom.
Okay, and I'm gonna come out of this too.
Wait, I can't even get out of it. It's like frozen.
Oh, that must be just your laptop. Can you try to do Control Alt Delete and get the task manager?
Yeah. It says, yep, there it is. You lost your, oh, okay, hold on one second. It says you lost your network connection trying to reconnect. So maybe that's what it is. So hold on. Does that mean like my internet went out or something?
You know what? It looked like mine just did too. I don't know where you live, but I'm in Woodbridge and mine just went out too, but it's on. It's back on.
It says you lost your trying to reconnect. So let me see, wait for the, I'm just going to close the program. Hold on. Google Chrome is not responding. That's what it says.
Okay.
Hang on while Windows reports the problem to Microsoft. Okay.